Alright, y'all. So, this is part 2 of my video on putting together the pedal board. As you can see, my pedal board is taken apart. And that is because I hooked it up, wired it up, all nice and good, and it didn't work. And luckily, you want to do that in a rehearsal or in a practice setup, similar to what where I'm at right now. You don't want to wait till a gig to try out any pedals or pedal boards, because there's too many things that can go wrong. And in my case, some of these cables were bad, and I don't know which ones yet. So what I did, I didn't even waste any time. I just went and bought some new ones. So what I did is I went online and I ordered a pack of 6 cables right here, and also some other ones down here. So went ahead and took care of that, and so I'm gonna put these together. And also looked into buying some of those kits where you can build your own cables, and that's expensive. I ain't paying that much. I went to Guitar Center and I saw them for like 80 bucks for a kit, and you can only build like 6 cables or so. Also went online and tried to shop there, and they were like 60 bucks. Planet Waves and a couple other different companies were making those kind of kits where you can kind of cut them to fit, you know, custom made, you know, solderless jacks on them and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm not into spending that kind of money on cables. So, you know, that's up to you if you want to do that. And there's some arguments to do that. That's just not my thing. So, as you can see, my pedal board's in kind of disarray right now. I got stuff laying all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start piecing it back together, because I have a gig tomorrow night, or this weekend, at a casino. And I would love to use this pedal board at the casino, because I'm going to be playing there this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. So what I'm going to do is take out these new cables, replace the old cables, and put it all back together. And then I am going to come back, and you guys will see it when it's all together. And then I will go through and make sure everything is working. So I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I finally got this thing together, installed some new wires, and as you can see, I got some sound going, and I did have a couple bad cables in here. And so I got rid of those. Just so you know, whenever you want to test cables, there's 2 ways to do it, of course. You can use a multimeter like this to check the resistance on the cable, or to check for open shorts. You can check the continuity on the cable to make sure it's making connections and it's not shorting across each other, the wires inside. Another thing you can use is a cable tester. I have a cable tester here where you can plug in and hook up cables to it. And let me show you how it works really quick like. Let's see here. So this cable here, you just plug in like that, like this, okay, and you can see how it's shutting off like that. It's losing connection. That's not a good sign already. See, it's got a short in it. See, this is one of my bad cables. I'll show you what a good cable should look like. Yeah, that's bad. No good, man. So if I wanted a good cable, I'm gonna plug it in. You see, I'm getting 3 lights. That's a good cable. Okay, you can get a cable tester, or you can go the old school way, which is break out the multimeter, where you turn it on continuity and you can see the open load. That's what that OL means, open load. You touch on the tip on one lead and on the tip on the other lead. And I don't know if you can hear that little beeping, and you see the 0, that means it's going straight through. And you would touch the ground part and you get a nice strong signal too. Good cable. Okay, so that's how you check cables. You know, if you're suspecting one might be bad, get a cable tester or get a multimeter, and then you can go old school or new school. All right, so back to the pedal board. Got everything hooked up and it looks like it's working. I haven't set the pedals yet to the way I want them, but I'll just give you an idea. So I got the Sans amp on. Okay. Okay, so this is what it sounds like with the Sans amp. See how thin it is? This is just a little cheap P bass that I use to just practice around the house. So it's not the best bass to be. I never use it on stage, so. So. Okay, so that's just with the Sans amp on without the compression. So it's not even, I still need to set this compressor up for this bass, because, okay, there it goes. So I need to set that compression up for this bass. It was set up for a different bass with a little more higher gain on it. So I'll go through and set these up again at another time, but I just want to show you guys that I got it all set up now, and I go through each pedal. Okay, that's the envelope filter. Octave pedal, other wah pedal, envelope filter. Okay, so that's working. Synthesizer pedal. So that's working. And then the big muff. Seems to be working. So like I said, I got to go through and tweak the settings, because it's going to be a little bit different when I use my main bass on this thing instead of this little cheapy P bass. But this gives you an idea. Like I said, I had to go through and replace the cables in between. Every once in a while they just wear out, and so you just do that. And one thing I did notice putting this pedal board together, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pedals, but I only had 8 DC outlets on this Voodoo Labs power supply. So I miscalculated. So my wireless unit isn't plugged in. It's not on. And I had to use the external power supply that came with the whammy pedal to turn that on. So a little miscalculation on my part. I should have bought something bigger, or should have made other plans. But it's alright. That's the way it go, man. That's the way it is. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this whammy pedal. Still don't know what to do with this thing yet. I'll figure it out though. So that is how you put together a pedal board. You got to make sure your cables are good. Have the tools to test the cables, your multimeter or your cable tester. Get the best possible cables that you can. I don't recommend spending a whole bunch of money on them though, like 80-90 bucks on a set of cables. That's a little extreme for me. Either build your own, go to Radio Shack or some other place and build your own cables, or find something in the mid-range. I think I paid like 30 bucks, 35 bucks for that set of 6. It was 30 bucks. And then these colored cables I think were like 10 or 15 bucks. So, and then I still have some extras left over that I can use for spares down the road in case one of these other ones die out. So, and then these other ones that I suspect are bad, I'm just gonna toss them. You know, or I'll go through and check each one. Maybe I'll reuse them somewhere down the road. Maybe, maybe not. So that is it on the pedal board. Like I said, you can have 1 pedal, you can have 10 pedals. It's whatever you want to do to get your sound. Or you don't have to have any pedals. Okay? You should be able to get a good sound with no pedals. Okay, so this is just me being a gadget dude, loving my little gadgets. So I like to use my envelope filters on a song or two, and my, you know, my fuzz, and I use compression when I need it. I don't use it all the time because, like I said in the first video, I have compression on my amplifier. So, and the Sans amp is an invaluable piece of equipment. I would say that's probably the most important piece of equipment on this pedal board, because it's a direct box, a preamp, and you can tailor your sound, sculpture your sound to whatever you want to do. So of all the pedals here, I recommend that you get something like a Sans amp or something similar to that, if you're gonna do something like that, because they sound great on recordings, sound great live, sound men like them, so you can't go wrong with those. So that's it, y'all. Part 2 of the video is over. Leave the comments. Subscribe to the channel. I got more coming for you, y'all. I'll catch up with you next time. Later.